So the topic today is it's about sugar and like how much sugar, or how you can enjoy sugar even if you are diabetes. Three types of carbs, right? Starch, fiber and sugar. Starch you get mostly from cereals like rice, other rice products or wheat products there. Fiber you get mainly from pulses, you get a bit of fiber. Then vegetables and fruits you get fiber. Now fiber also, I have said there are two types, insoluble and soluble fiber. And there are sugar. Now sugar is the main forte here, which has two types. One is visible and another one is invisible. Visible sugar is that one which you have, the teaspoon of sugar, and the invisible sugar is there hidden somewhere in nature and hidden in artificial food, right? Now if you have this platter of carbohydrates and sugar, which one you should be picking, when you should be having it, and how much you are allowed? That is the main question, and these are the main trick to enjoy sugar even if you are diabetic. If we talk about the form of sugar, what kind of sugar you should be concentrate on? Try to have starchy food in moderation. See, we are rice eater or we are roti eater. Typical Indian family, you will have dal chawal or roti sabzi or roti dal roti in every single day, right? So rice, roti or oats, millets or any kind of cereal, whatever cereal you pick, that is going to be there in your diet for sure, because you are traditionally designed and you are in a environment which actually allows you, or which actually demand a lot of carbohydrate to run your system, because the kind of climate we stay, that require carbohydrates. Okay, we sweat a lot, or the kind of temperature, it's generally a summer driven country, right? So we need carbohydrate because that's the easiest way to get, which is convertible into energy. Then you should be having in moderation the starchy carbohydrates, good amount of fiber every single day, and limited amount of sugar per day. Now it has to be a concoction of these three. Once you have settled down on what kind of carbohydrate you are going to choose, then the thing comes how much you should be having. Now it depends on you, your physical activity, your job pattern, and your weight, your height, your age, right? All that stuff. So basically this is something which we cannot tell you here, sitting here without seeing you. It's very difficult, but what you can understand, if you are gaining weight, right? If you're gaining weight, or if you are already diabetic, or you have your lipid profile, out of place, then it is a good indication that something somewhere is going wrong. Maybe you need to reduce little bit in your food intake, or maybe you need to add little bit of good food. Now what happens generally, whenever being a nutritionist, whenever we ask people how much of rice you eat, this much, immediately kitne roti khate ho, bas ek. But that doesn't match with your physical structure. Then what does that tell me? That tell me that there must be something majorly wrong. That means you are the amount of calorie probably you are saving from rice or roti, you are actually having lot more than that from other hidden sources which probably you are not considering, right? So be very mindful while you're choosing the amount of rice and roti. Agar if you ask me, I will suggest you actually have food till you feel full. Okay, but if you keep watching TV, or if you are busy on phone or laptop while eating, you will miss the signal of fullness basically. So when you realize that you are full, by then you have already eaten enough extra. So don't just let that happen. Okay, when you are eating food, focus on your food and eat how much your body is body wanting to have. Okay, if now that may differ day to day. Some day probably you are hungry little bit extra, then have extra, you know, a spoon of rice. If you are not, then have little less. Okay, so try to understand that threshold value when your body is telling no, stop. Okay, so you have to be mindful to identify that particular point. Okay, so what is how much is this. Now how you are going to distribute your carbohydrate you know, in throughout the day. Okay, you have chosen the quality of carbs you are going to have, you know how much to eat, but now when to have it and how much amount. In a day, if suppose you are going to have breakfast, lunch, snack and dinner, if there are 4 meals, okay, try to have equal portion of carbs for every single meal. Okay, try to put it in an equal distribution. Do not don't try to do like, you know, I'll be eating less in breakfast but I'll be having a heavy lunch and then I'll be having very light dinner. No, that doesn't work, especially if you're a diabetic. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to see your carbohydrate distribution. Carbohydrate means what? All your rice products, which includes your churwa, murmura, or you know, khoi or any kind of rice products. Wheat and wheat products like atta, maida, pasta, noodles, then suji, dalia, you know, whatever wheat product you choose, or oats or millets, be it jawar, bajra, ragi, or quinoa, you know, or corn maybe. So whatever kind of cereal you choose, that doesn't matter, but what is important is how you are placing it in each meal. Try to keep equal quantity of carbohydrate for breakfast, for lunch and for dinner. Okay, and if you are getting hungry in between lunch and dinner, then only go for your evening snack. Okay, and when you are having dal chawal or whatever, you know, whatever kind of cereal you are having in the morning or in the afternoon or at night, try to have it with some other good distribution of other like other foods. Like what? When you are having, if you are having say, if you choose to have toast in the breakfast, okay, make sure you have toast with some, you know, stew or with some kind of vegetables around. It could be a sandwich, definitely not potato sandwich. Do not try to see, this kind of combination is basically lethal. When you're having toast, you can have toast, yeah, but if you're filling it up with potato, then you're causing trouble. Okay, two starchy food you know, together in one shot meal is little difficult for your body to, you know, cope up with. So try to you know, place this kind of balance throughout the day. So whenever you are having toast, make sure you have enough amount of vegetables along with it, or any kind of pulse item along with it. Only butter and toast for breakfast? No. If you're a diabetic, or even if you're not, it is not a good choice, because it is giving you only and only carbohydrate with minute amount of, you know, vitamins or minerals, which is not really desirable, right? So try to place your food like that. When you are having in lunch, even if you are having roti, or if you are having rice, whatever, try to combine it with dal and sabji, salad, or you know, if you're a non-vegetarian, fish, chicken, egg, whatever suits your daily routine. Yeah, try to have it in combination, then that becomes helpful. But when you are having you know, these things, if you finish your meal with a fruit, okay, because just to, you know, handle your sugar craving, now that's going to be challenging, because again, fruit contains sugar, and one carbohydrate, I mean 2-3 types of carbohydrate, you cannot allow to put it in one single meal. right? So if you're having it, have it in between the meal, right? So the carbohydrate distribution has to be same for each major meal, right? So that's a very important points if you really want to enjoy carbs or sugar, without getting into any trouble. Yeah, especially if you're diabetic, you are diabetic. Now what happen if you know which kind of carbs to choose, right? More of fiber based whole grain. Now again, that depends on your digestion capacity, how much of wholeness your body is ready to adjust, or how much of wholeness your body can actually handle, right? So that depends, but based on that, try to have the maximum fiber containing carbs in your diet. Yeah, whatever, again, understand what is your threshold value of fiber. If fiber is giving you gas, bloating, acidity, indigestion, that is of no use, right? Now to handle fiber, you must have a good amount of digestion capacity, so don't forget that also. Now if you're having carbohydrate, try to choose the little wholesome variety. Fiber should be a part of each, fiber kind of carbohydrate should be a part of your each and every meal, and you are trying to limit sugar. Now sugar could be visible sugar or invisible sugar. If it is an invisible sugar in the form of fruits, can I have it? Yes, you can. Can I have fruits? I'm diabetic. Can I? Yes, you can. Try to have it in between two meals, and try to have it in a restricted amount. Your body is not allowed to have a bowl or a entire fruit in one shot. In fact, no one's body should have that kind of capacity. If you're fasting, that is a separate issue. Otherwise, in between meal and maybe a small cup of fruit is enough to satisfy your sugar craving, or to satisfy all the micronutrient supply, and at the same time to satisfy the your taste bud. Basically, you can enjoy that much. Now which are the kind of sugar you should be avoiding? You should be avoiding all the invisible sugar which is coming from the refined sources. Now in every single live, I keep telling you that how important it is to get rid of all this packaged and processed food. I'll just give you a small example. Suppose you are starting your day with 2 Marie biscuits and 1 cup of tea without milk and without sugar, because that's what we get to hear from most of our clients, that we have tea without sugar, without milk. What do you have with it? 2 Marie biscuits. Now this naive Marie biscuit is giving you 6 teaspoons of sugar. Can you believe it? You sacrificed only 1 teaspoon, by the visible 1 teaspoon of sugar, but when you're having Marie biscuit, that is giving you 5 to 6 teaspoons of sugar. If you don't trust me, just check the label. You don't have to trust me, just flip the packet and calculate yourself, right? So I'm asking you to avoid that kind of sugar. You cannot afford to have a source of sugar which is giving you nothing but sugar, right? If you're having Marie biscuit, that is not giving you anything good. It has refined flour, which is equally bad. It has refined sugar. It has refined oil. So what? It's a complete waste and it's a complete junk. And same thing or same rule applies for your instant noodles, instant pasta, sugary beverages, fruit juice. No matter how much real they claim, they are only sugar. Sugar in the name, in 63 different names or 65 different names. Even if it is not SUGAR, it is still having hell lot of sugar. I can't tell you how much of sugar is there hidden. So you make your choice. What do you want? You want some food which looks like food, which is edible but which actually give you nothing, like empty calorie and all the toxins that you must be avoiding? Are you going to choose that one, or rather you will have it in a form of mango? Now, whenever the summer comes, people start saying, oh, I miss mango, I'm diabetic, I can't have it. They're saying this to me having Marie. Really? Having Marie biscuits or cream cracker biscuits, they are complaining how miserable their life is without mango. Now, my immediate response is, you know what? You can have mango, but please don't have this. Yeah, so understand the logic. When you're having something, try not to have only empty calorie. Try to have some food which may have sugar. That's fine. But that food should give you something more, something extra, which could be vitamins, minerals, or fiber, or even good fat. Right? So if you're diabetic, again, it all boils down to which kind of carbs you are choosing. Choose it in moderation. How you are placing your meal, try to have equal amount of carbohydrate for each meal, preferably 3 major meals, so that the carbohydrate distribution is equal throughout the day and you will get a steady insulin response, right? If you want to really enjoy sugar, try to enjoy sugar from natural sources. Rather, you can enjoy the visible sugar, be it white sugar, brown sugar, be it unprocessed, unfiltered honey, or be it any form of sugar. Sugar is sugar, okay? You can still enjoy that in moderation. If you ask me, I will suggest you start having tea, maybe 2 cups of tea in a day, not more than that, with a spoonful of sugar. But please drop your biscuit container. Yeah, because biscuit is giving you worse. Rather than that, you can still enjoy maybe half teaspoon of sugar, in each cup of tea you have in a day. But of course, now if you are twisting this thing that, okay, fine, I can have a tea with sugar, let's have 20 cups of tea in a day with 20 spoons of sugar. No, I'm not saying that. What I was saying is very clearly, you can enjoy maximum 2 cups of tea or coffee. If you want, feel actually guilt free to add half teaspoon of sugar in it. Yeah, I hope I was, and at the end of the day, adopt a food habit which is sustainable, right? Which is sustainable for the environment, which is sustainable towards your tradition, towards your locality, towards the season, and towards your body, right? Now enough is enough, enough of that kiddishness that, today I will have keto diet, then it is not working, tomorrow let me follow Atkins diet. No, that is also not happening. Let's do some beach diet, some this diet, that diet. Enough. You are not a junk that you will keep trying things on yourself, and be mindful what you are eating, right? I hope the session was useful. If you have any kind of queries or anything, please feel free to write to us. The comment section is always open, and we will try our level best to answer your queries. Stay safe, eat mindful, and be happily healthy.